So, if you're someone who likes to explore different markets, who likes to dip their toes into other areas than just stocks and cryptos and ETFs, maybe look at other emerging markets or even commodities if you want to, take advantage of what's going on with all these commodities out there, then eToro is basically your one-stop shop. They have over 3,000 different assets to choose from, which is a large library of assets out there. And they're always growing. They're always adding more assets to their library. So, in my opinion, again, all like it says on the page, they're all in one. You won't have to go anywhere else to look for these for any other assets. You might not be able to find any of these assets on anywhere else. So, eToro may be your one-stop shop, and it's a great place to get started and to invest and dip your toes and explore different markets. Now, in order to explore and see exactly what sort of instruments and what assets or what stocks, shares, commodities, currencies, whatever it may be, that they have. Once you sign up, and you can sign up for as little as $10. Obviously, after watching this, you probably want to invest a little more than $10. If you put in $100, you get a $10 bonus if you use the link that you find on the page there. So how you get started is simply this. So you end up in their homepage or whatever page that you see. You head on over to top markets and you click on all markets, and you'll end up in a page just like this. So actually you'll probably end up in the overview page over here, and you can see all the different options, all the different instruments, and you can scroll through and look at what's offered out there. We'll go through each one just by a little. Just look at the overview. So you can see here, you can sort it out by the type of industry that you're looking for, sort of like the sector. You can look at the top, look at some of the featured stocks. You can look at the top movers and the top not so much movers, the anti-movers. You can see trending stocks. You can look at the market analysis and see what's out there, what others are saying about this. Popular picks. You can even look at equity focus, so you can even look at copy traders and copy investors as well. And you can look at a group of stocks, almost like portfolios, basically, looking at different areas. So quite a bit to choose from. There is a lot of different options, and whatever you're looking for, if you have a certain style, if you only like tech stocks or if you only like emerging stocks, I'm pretty sure you can find your basket right here, essentially. And the exchanges that it follows are the common ones, such as New York Stock Exchange, as well as the NASDAQ. But you can also invest in other markets as well outside of the US, which is pretty cool. So it gives you a lot of options there to choose from. If it's available in your country or in your area, you might see something else. If you're looking at this, OTC markets, some interesting markets, almost it's a bit on the riskier side, but potential risk means potential return, higher returns. So that's the option there for you if you're willing to go on the wild side. In terms of crypto, you have quite a few different options of crypto. So you can just get the straight coin itself, such as just straight Bitcoin. You don't have to get the cross or the currency cross. You can look at crypto crosses like Bitcoin, Ethereum, currency crosses such as like Bitcoin USD or others, and then commodity crosses, which is like kind of like gold Bitcoin, so gold priced in Bitcoin or the other way around. And you can, again, same thing. You can look at the daily movers. You can look at what others are saying, trending, where others are invested, as well as portfolios. So a good way, a lot of different options to choose from. In terms of indices, basically they are just indexes of major markets. So you can invest in, say, the US, you can invest in the UK market, you can look at Spain, France, Europe, all the major ones basically. And if you want to look at treasury yields, you can look at treasuries if you're into that as well. The one I really like and want to go through is commodities. You might think of, okay, well, commodities are kind of like your gold and then your silver and oil. A lot of platforms offer just those base ones, but this one offers quite a few different ones, which is really interesting. I think it stands out quite a bit compared to other platforms in terms of commodities that they have to offer. You can check out oil, that's their typical one. Platinum, you can look at cocoa, carbon emissions, invest in those. Wheat, copper, nickel, sugar, live cattle, so like meat. If you think meat might be going up or going down, you can invest in that. You can speculate and, basically put a bet on it. Coffee, soybeans, corn, gasoline, that's pretty cool. Heating oil, cotton, lead, even this one down here, which is lean hog, so it's a different type of meat. So a lot of different choices out there, a lot of options when it comes to commodities, which I think this one stands out a little bit more. In terms of currencies, they have your typical major ones, as well as some crosses and very few of the exotic ones. So your majors such as, pound USD, Euro USD, USD CAD, New Zealand USD, basically all of them that are denominated or starting with USD that have USD in them. Those are the majors. And then the crosses are kind of like your Euro Swiss, Euro GBP, Swiss yen, all of those type of guys that are part of those major countries but are crossing with each other. ETFs is a good choice as well. In terms of selection, they have quite a few, almost 300. On the screen it says 317, but on here it says 300, so maybe they just haven't updated yet, or maybe added the options. But if you want to get an idea on what ETFs are, basically it's just a basket of stocks. So it's almost like a mutual fund, except you're just paying less fees, way less fees. And if you can see at the end here, we have NFTs. NFTs pretty interesting. So right now you can go through Delta to start exploring them if you want to look at trading NFTs, which is a really sounds like a really exciting and emerging and interesting market, which I'm not too sure about. But if you do know anything about it, let me know. Then you can explore that as well. But as you can see, there are tons of options to choose from right here. So you can see there are tons of options to choose from. My advice is just get started right now. Start with $100, if not a little bit more, and just do it. Just get into it, and start exploring. Start looking at different investment opportunities. There's a lot of tools out there to do your research and to make sure that you make a wise investment decision. Again, if you deposit $100, you start with that, you get $10. So that's a 10% bonus on $100. Not bad to start with, in my opinion. And you only need $10 to get started. And on top of that, you can also look at fractional shares too, which means that you don't have to own the entire share. You can buy maybe a quarter of the share with however much money you have. So that's a pretty good advantage that eToro has to offer for you. So anyways, take care.